Welcome to episode 213 of the Prosperity Practice, the podcast that has you living your most abundant life. My name is Danielle Amos, and I am your host. Today, I have a little clip for you. It's a conversation that I had with one of my clients, Amy. She's our most recent millionaire that has come from our community through the millionaire movement. And maybe you know, but I've got a goal to mentor 111 people to the millionaire status or state by the end of 2025. And Amy's our next one. So we've had a couple dozen, a few dozen actually. And in this conversation, I'm celebrating her. So it wasn't actually meant for a podcast recording. And there was so much gold in it that I wanted to share it with you. So this was our personal call. It was to celebrate her and her achievement. So I encourage you to be a fly on the wall and listen to how inspiring she is and how we celebrate together, and really her ahas about how she shares her journey to self-worth, abundance, and really the power of intention, and how the people in her life responded to her news that she had earned her first million in her business, because it was something she was a little bit worried about, and I get that, like will I be seen as bragging, and what does that mean, and all that stuff. So I know that you'll get a lot out of it, and I would love to hear from you and how it helped you. Enjoy. Oh, how does that feel?
It feels really good. Like, honestly, it's so funny. Like when you messaged me, because, going through it all. And then I had just a conversation with somebody else who I like really respect as well. And, kind of going over like the bottom line. And then it was like, okay, it just kind of like started going down. Then I was like, oh, okay, well, maybe I shouldn't be celebrating it. And then it was like, you messaged me. And then I was like, yeah, no, fuck yeah. Yeah. Wow.
It's a milestone. It's a milestone.
And I haven't even posted it yet, but prior to knowing that I was going to hit it, I was like, okay, well, let's go to my girlfriend's right before Christmas. And we were actually going to go in town here. Like, we're going to go do like, Paris and do all the cute like shops and this stuff, whatever. And next thing you know, we're on our way to whatever, just past Milton kind of area.
Yeah. It says Halton Hills.
Yeah, Halton Hills. There you go. And next thing you know, we went shopping for a few hours, and then we ended up in Gucci. And then I was like, you know what? Yep, I'm doing it.
That's awesome. That's
Buying
awesome. Good
myself-
job. That's so good.
And then I bought myself a Versace wallet.
Well done.
Thanks. Thanks, coach.
Amazing. Oh, I
But
love it.
yeah.
But here's the thing, like all of this is such like it's such a big part of the growth, is like sitting with it, deciding, making the decision that you like to buy the purse. And it's like not about the things. It's just more about what, like how you navigate it in your own body and feeling worthy of it, and the whole process that you go through and the decision that you make, and then what you make it mean about you, like from a place of like, I'm worth this, I'm like, I desire this, and I'm a yes to this. And it's the same whether it's flying first class, buying a purse, like getting your hair blown out. It's like the same sort of process, but at some, like we've got to like, now nails are normal, or like these other things are normal. And so these decisions don't stretch us. So we've got to keep going for the ones that, feel like, oh, in the body, and keep pushing the boundaries there. And it's not to have more, it's to really be more, like in our own, worth, and how we invest in ourselves. So I love it. Way to go.
Yeah. And you know what? I'll always look at that, and it represents something, right?
Totally.
Yeah. It's like, that was my first million. Like
Yeah.
this purse. And let's be honest too, it's like, it's not like Old Navy where it's like in a year from now, it's like it's not worth anything.
No, no,
There are also investments where it's like it's
totally.
always gonna hold its value.
Yeah. And did you know, I just found out about this, but Chanel, you can buy under a corporation,
Mhm.
actual real like Chanel purses, not costumes or anything, but Chanel bags because they only make a limited amount and they increase in value.
Okay.
Yes.
Cheers.
Oh,
Thank you.
congratulations.
Thank you.
It's like, I just want to say, I knew it. I know that you were already on track to do those kind of numbers. And at the same time, it's like, I don't know, like if I could bet money, it'd be like, I just knew the way you came in just to the community and so coachable. So like, I'm going full in with both retreats. And it just was like, it was a no brainer that it had to happen.
Yeah. This work has been such a huge like impact in just of like taking recognizing. I think too it's like that like we say it's like that itty bitty shitty committee, and it's like no, that's not truth, no, that's not truth. It's
Mhm.
like before it could have like literally crippled any of my decisions. It's like, oh no, it's trying to keep me safe, I shouldn't do that. And it's like, fuck no.
Yeah, yeah, so good.
No.
That's a big part of the story because people just really do procrastinate until they've got all their ducks in a row. And here you are doing it again, launching the next thing, so that people can get connected to you. And yeah, it's good. Leverage it.
Yeah.
Exactly what you want to be doing.
And you're right, knowing that it doesn't have to be perfect,
Oh my
right?
gosh.
It's like whatever.
It's not meant to be perfect. That's the whole freaking point. And um, yeah, we get to course correct.
Yeah. And I think that that's true, even like, I'm sure even, even with your own branding, it's like where you start and where you go. And, we're always evolving. It's like, oh, my pictures just get like, well, I get better photographers. So they just get better.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I came up with a different name. Oh, perfect.
Yeah. It just evolves. That's it.
Mhm.
So, how's your family responding to this?
So good.
Yeah.
So my husband is like, so incredible. Like literally, I literally flew in from work. He already had like dinner ready for me. And he's like, what can I do? Dog's done, kids done, like, eat and then hop on. And we were a team of two, really. Like he built it. So uh
Hmm.
he's all in. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's so
like
good.
so good. Like I call it, he's my life breather. Honestly, that child is something else. Mom, I believe in you so much, Mom.
Mhm.
I'm like, oh, and it's so funny because like as soon as you said it in a webinar, and you were like our children pick us. And
Mhm.
I was like, I know, like I
Mhm.
know, like I know my child totally picked me. Like he was here to teach me. I know he is. And
Mhm.
um and it's just so funny because I'll be like, oh, I just love you so much. He's like, no, Mom, I love you more. And I'm like, I don't think you do love me more. And he's like, no, I love you more. And I'm like, wow, I think he actually thinks like, do you know what I mean? I'm like, I think that there's some truth to that, but like, I'm like, how could you love me more? You're my child. But like,
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, he says it all the time.
Oh my gosh, that's so amazing.
Mm.
So amazing.
And my community, like after posting that, like, of course, of course, everybody was just like so incredible, like
Mm.
supportive and cheering, and like people are coming into the spa and they're like, we're so proud of you. And like, Amy,
Cool.
you go. And of course, of course, of course, like, of course, of course. And like, literally, like, oh my God, Danielle, I should have videotaped it, but like, you should have seen me. I was like legit in fucking child's pose on the floor with my phone in front of me, breathing. And I'm like, and then setting my attention,
Yeah.
like intention for it. And I was like, I'm safe, I'm held, my community's got me,
Yeah.
like, they're like, I'm encouraged, like, I rise, they rise.
Yeah. But it's because you were that intentional that that was your response.
Mm.
See, like, this is the difference, Amy. You're so coachable and you actually do it. Do you know how many people I say to do things and they don't do it? You can see it in the
Mm.
community. Like, even when I'm saying, like, think right now, think. And then the responses still come back. And I'm like, you aren't thinking. Like, you're not taking my direction. And so, like, the response you got, you want to make sure that you stay at cause because the response you got is a projection of the intention that you put into it because you can't get what you don't put out and you put that intention. But most people will think it's a waste of time. They just like are rushed. They won't actually get in a congruent state before they do it.
Yeah.
And that's the truth. And that's the difference. So, like, really, you want to keep bringing it back in like not an ego way, but like in a way of like this is all me because it's all you. Just like, if you got something that not so pretty back, it would have been you too. So it's like taking full responsibility for all sides of it.
Yeah.
But nothing's by chance. Nothing's a coincidence.
Yeah.
And if you can hold on to that energy, like really not forget it, then the world becomes your playground. Literally. Because it's just projecting back to what you're intending all day long.
Yeah, I think that's another thing that that I really learned throughout this journey with you was like is the intentions, right? Like because I never really had done that before.
Mhm, mhm,
Um and that's huge. Or like, when I was dealing with staff members and stuff like that, it was I set the intention
mhm,
before any meetings, before anything now. And then it's like, okay, but you know, how does Amy have to show up? Like, who is she showing up as?
mhm.
And what is she looking? How does she talking? How, like, and I write everything down right before that meeting. And then it's like, okay, that's future Amy. Like she's now.
Yeah.
And it's incredible, like even just the response when I do that. And it was
Yeah.
like, well, of course. And then I'm also coming from like a place of also like this integrity and um like I'm also owning it as well too. And I'm not here to like belittle people or anything like that, but I'm also like in a nice way. It's like I'm here to help you and I can help you if you want my help. And if not, then
Yeah.
you know, unfortunately.
Yeah. Totally. That's so good.
Yeah.
That's so good. I think the the importance of the writing everything down to it like just like laser beams that will right into so that you make an advanced decision of how things go because you just like you've thought for long enough that makes a difference.
Mm.
Like sometimes I can be like, okay, set your intention. I'm like, that was like not even 17 seconds. So, so like, and I catch myself, I'm like, nice try. Like, let's get out. And I carry a little notebook in my purse, sometimes the one that I sent everyone in the mail, but I have a little brown one that I got. And just to like actually have it in my purse. So there's no excuse.
Yeah. I love
And
that.
the key is to remember now is like, because the paradigm sometimes can have you forget what got you here. So that's like like just not kind of like a warning, like it, it still likes to trick you. Thank you for listening to this episode. And I've got some links in the show notes. You can go follow Amy on her business. And also, there's an invitation to join us in the Self Image Boot Camp. 33 days to fall head over heels in love with yourself and your bank account. Now, I share that with you because of how Amy talked about self-worth and money. And this challenge is a really easy challenge for you to join. It's only $1 a day, so $33. You can upgrade to have hot seat coaching and one-on-one support, well, small group support. And today, everyone in the group got served. So it's a really great value for you to upgrade. And I'd love to invite you to check it out, because if you have a goal to have this be your first $1 million year, you want to surround yourself with others that are going after that, as well as understanding the connection to your net worth to your self-worth, and surround yourself with other people that have achieved the goal, which is exactly what Amy did in the Success Society. If you would even like to go deeper, then get on the call and find out how to get yourself in the Success Society. So thanks again for joining us, and expect abundance.